Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Rahulji. Yes.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
are audible.
so, did you guys get chance to go through the topic or no? Like, if you don't get chance to go through the topic, also fine. Just like I wanted to be the interact. It should be interactive class. So, like,
I did not get the chance, Rahul.
okay, okay. No worries, no worries. What
And
about Mansa, Sweta, Sambat, and Dhanraj?
No, sir, I didn't get the chance to.
Today I didn't get the chance.
Okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. Okay, without wasting time, let's start with the topic, Oracle architecture. So, Oracle architecture, let
Rahul,
me say,
sorry to interrupt. Just want to ask about the recording, whether recording is possible for this or not.
uh, Siddharth, is recording is
Yes,
happening?
yeah, yes, sir, recording will be available.
You have
Okay,
started recording?
Yes, yes, I've
Oh,
already started the recording.
okay, great, great, great. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can continue.
okay,
yeah.
okay. So, I'm sharing my screen so that. Like I can show you some PPT so that it will be quite easy to make you understand how the Oracle architecture works. So 1 minute. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Rahul, it's visible.
Okay. So coming to the topic, our Oracle database architecture. Okay. 1 minute. Let me minimize this. Okay. So So you can see this diagram. Okay. So the people who is completely new to the database, they might be
वो
not aware
वो
about.
नीचे आ रहा है ना वो हाइड कर दीजिए ना.
एक मिनट. Huh. So people who are new to the data Oracle database, they might be not aware about the terms or things. So I'm explaining it one by one, all the topics. Okay. So when it comes to Oracle database, okay. So Oracle database is a combination of instance and database. So when I'm talking about instance, so instance is nothing but the memory area or like PGA, UGA, or SGA, whereas background memory area and background processes. So background processes are nothing but these processes are helping to writing the data information into the database or physical entry into the database. These are the background process which is helping to perform that. Okay. तो जैसा कि आप लोगों को ये डायग्राम दिख रहा होगा. So in this diagram you can see the upper part, like it is instance where like in the a smaller column you can able to see the shared pool, Java pool, stream pool, large pool. These are the memory area which is present in the instance. Okay. Whereas in the downside you can see the background processes. So background processes are nothing but the checkpoint, smon, pmon, db writer, log writer, redo, archiver. These are the background processes. So I'll explain each and every process one by one. Okay. So like suppose uh, before understanding in terms of Oracle database, let's understand how our normal computer works. Okay. So whenever you are suppose you are opening any Excel sheet. Okay. So if you open Excel sheet, you are writing that putting the entry on that Excel sheet. Suppose in between, if you don't save that particular Excel work, whatever you have done, it will not going to stored in your storage, right? It will get failed. Um, Suppose in that Excel I have created 2 3 column, like employee ID, employee name, and all those things. I have given entry of 1 2 3 4 5, and like if there is no auto save option is there, then in between the current goon, and like my system got shut down, and I didn't get chance to save that thing. That complete Excel, it will going to like the work with the effort which we have put, it will going to be end up, right? um, and like to make it happen, like to make it stored into your system or your disk, there's some processes, right, which is helping you to do it. So in terms of normal computer, in normal computer, any work which you are doing, so if you are not saving that work, it is like you are able to perform that work with the help of RAM, because in the RAM those memories are there. With the help of that memory you can able to do those activity, you can able to write it. So it is kind of cache memory, you can say, or you can tell it you can call it as a RAM. Okay. The moment you enter the save operation, there is a background process which is running into your computer, which is helping to write that the information which is you are working on it, those information written into your disk. Okay. Likewise, it is working in case of our Oracle database also. Like if you have a Oracle database, suppose someone wanted to insert certain column into a database. If he is fetching that info, putting that entry, and if he is not committing that information, it will not going to return into the disk. And as I said, like how RAM work in case of our laptop or desktop, to write or perform that operation, or like for some memory related area. Thus likewise here also some memories are helping us to writing or selecting or doing those operation into the database, even though it is not directly connected to the disk, hard disk. Okay. So whenever a particular suppose a user connect to the database with the help of listener. So what is listener? The first question, like you might ask, like what is listener? Why we need a listener in case of database? So suppose if Rahul has to go to Siddharth house, I need his address, right? I want his address, his flat number, like at what land or what street he is staying. So I need complete information about his address. So likewise, if a particular user wanted to connect to a database, he need that information in terms of database wise. Like in case of listener, like listener helps, like when you're configuring a listener, in that case it will help, it contain the information about the database, like database IP, like database IP services, all those things. It is configured during, like IP and port and the services are configured in the TNS and TNS alias, and also with the help of listener. Once your listener is up, a listener is kind of security guard. Like once your listener is up, it will going to check, okay, the person who is trying to connect, whether he is a genuine one, or like someone fake person is trying to attempt to connect to your database. Okay. So it will kind of it will check the security it will check the alias, like TNS name, like the user wanted to connect, like in case of client side, there will be TNS entry. In case so what will be the TNS entry? TNS entry is nothing but the information about the database, like IP address, then port, then your services if it is configured, about that services detail. It will be there in the TNS entry. And the moment that user try to connect, and user ID and password. So suppose that particular user wanted to connect with the user ID and password, giving all those information. So those checks are being done with the help of listener. Listener will check, okay, the information that user wanted to pass, whether that information is correct or not. If it is not correct, suppose if you are going to miss even a single alphabet in case of service name, suppose service name is ABCD, if you have written only ABC, it will not going to connect. Okay, so all those checks, it will going to be done with the help of listener. Once listener will allow, like if a listener think, okay, fine, the user ID, password, and the TNS and port, everything which required, it is there, and the user is able to connect. In that case, it will going to allow you to connect. Okay, the moment the listener allowing you to connect, it will going to create a server process in a database. Like there is a user session will be going to create it with the your name or the person who is connecting to the database. Okay, so the moment it will going to connect, so uh, to fulfill this like to fulfill the operation of that particular user, here comes the role of the memories and the background processes. Okay, so the suppose there is a select operation. If a user wanted to perform a select operation, he connected to the listener, and then a server process get created into the database. After that, he will write a select statement. That select statement first written in the buffer cache, like DB buffer cache, which you are able to see here. Sorry. You can see in between the database buffer cache. So it will return there. Then from like it will going to fetch the information. Like in buffer cache, it will going to check the syntax and semantics. Everything it will be check like whether the syntax which is written by the user is correct or proper or not. The based on that syntax and semantics, if it is correct, it will going to pass. It will going to create a hash plan, hash value for that particular query, and based on that it will going to fetch the information from the database. When it's coming to the database consists of the real files, like actual files, where actual files are data files, control file, redo log files. All those files are real files which is present into the database. So the moment it has to be fetched those information, it will check the one, the syntax and semantics are been passed. After that statement is going to be searched in the disk with the help of these processes. These processes, once it will going to check like, okay, everything looks fine, this table is actually present, and it will going to fetch that information to the user. So before it fetching to the user directly, okay, like suppose there is a employee table in my database where entry of Rahul is there, and about his salary detail, all those information is there. So I did like select statement, select salary detail from employee table, where employee name or employee ID equal to my ID 123 or whatever may be. If I'm executing that statement, then first step it will do the syntax semantic check. After that, it will go to the database, and then from the database, from the data file, it will take the information, and before giving it to me, it will first write to the buffer cache. Like suppose the same statement will be going to be executed in the next time. it will not going to search in the disk, because searching in the disk, it will take longer time. So Oracle, like Oracle optimization, like with the help of this, like it is kind of inbuilt, you can say. Like there's a, like, if a particular statement which is executed earlier, it will going to store in a buffer cache. So for some time being, like until unless a new statement or the memory area for that buffer cache get filled, it will going to store that statement into the buffer cache, so that if in the next moment, if that particular user wanted to fetch the information, he or she don't have to wait too much to getting the database information from the disk. It will going to check from directly from the buffer cache whether that information is there or not, and if that information is there, it will going to fetch to the user. Okay, so till here, any doubt, anything? Hello.
No, sir. Yeah, everything is good.
No.
Mm, like any confusion about the process, background processes, memory, anything?
No, as of right now, everything is clear.
Okay.
No, sir.
Other?
Till far it's okay.
मेरे को है सर राहुल सर नॉडी
हाँ हाँ हाँ, yes please.
हाँ सी एक्चुअली मैंने थोड़ा सा इससे पढ़ा अगर थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड स्टडी किया था कोई रिलेट नहीं कर
हाँ,
रहा एक्चुअली क्या किया था मैंने एक आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ा था उसमें ये था यूजर
आपकी आवाज थोड़ी सी वो नहीं कर रही है, मैंने क्लियर नहीं है.
अभी आ रही है
अभी आ रही है क्या?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, बोलिए ना.
ओके, तो मैंने ऐसे
हम्म,
पढ़ा था, यूजर जब रिक्वेस्ट करता है तब वो वेब फायरवॉल पे जाता है, उसके बाद
हम्म,
लोड बैलेंसर पे, फिर वेब
करेक्ट
सर्वर पे, फिर एप्लीकेशन सर्वर पे, फिर एप्लीकेशन सर्वर कनेक्ट करता है डेटाबेस से, राइट?
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट.
हाँ, तो मैं ऐसा रिलेट कर रहा हूँ, जो आपका लिसनर है, इट इज बिटवीन एप्लीकेशन सर्वर एंड डेटाबेस,
करेक्ट करेक्ट
राइट? तो जब
करेक्ट
पोर्ट ओपन होता है तब ये लिसनर काम करता है, कनेक्ट, आई मीन
करेक्ट करेक्ट
इनको
करेक्ट.
ऑथेंटिकेशन देखने के लिए, राइट?
करेक्ट.
लिसनर, ओके,
हाँ.
तो ठीक है, तो फिर मैंने दूसरा ही कुछ आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ के आया हूँ।
नहीं 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 नहीं, आपने सही पढ़ा. जैसे ये क्या है, देखिए, वो आपने जो आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ा ना, वो पूरा हाई लेवल से, मतलब पूरा एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कैसे काम करता है उससे है,
हाँ
ठीक है.
हाँ हाँ, राइट। तो
जैसे
मैंने
जैसे
राइट,
जैसे
मैंने क्या
हम्म,
किया, लाइक
हम्म,
डेटाबेस का अलग सर्वर्स है, तो आप कोरिलेट कर रहा हूँ कि डेटाबेस सर्वर्स इज नथिंग बट दी इंस्टेंसेस। यहाँ पर एक जो इंस्टेंस बोला है आपने,
हम्म,
तो एक ये डेटाबेस सर्वर है ना, उस पे ओरेकल इंस्टॉल है, ऐसा
जी
है ना?
जी 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 जी.
ओके ओके
हम्म,
ओके, तो ठीक है।
हाँ हाँ. जैसे मैं आपके सिनेरियो में भी समझा देता हूँ. जैसे लेट्स से फेसबुक है ना, फेसबुक
हम्म,
है एक अपना एप्लीकेशन है, ठीक है. जब जब हम लोग फेसबुक में यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड डालते हैं, तो वहां पे जो ऑथेंटिकेशन या चेक्स जो होते हैं, वो वेब सर्वर पे होता है पहला, ठीक है.
राइट,
वेब सर्वर क्या करता है, वेब सर्वर देखा कि हाँ यूजर जो ऑथेंटिकेशन वाली चीज है हुई, लेकिन जो वेब सर्वर है या मिडिलवेयर या जो भी वो लेयर है, वो
हाँ हाँ,
फिर वो इंफॉर्मेशन जो चेक करना है, या पूरा जो डेटा जो यूजर का अकाउंट और उसके सारी डिटेल्स है, वो कहाँ से निकलेगी, डेटाबेस से निकलेगी. तो वो जो
राइट,
डेटाबेस में है, तो वो जो कनेक्टिविटी जब वेब सर्वर करता है, तो वो वहाँ के जो मिडिलवेयर के जो एप्लीकेशन के जो बंदे होते हैं, वो कॉन्फ़िगर करते हैं अपना जो यूजर, और मतलब जो डेटाबेस में उनका यूजर बना हुआ है, और वो पर्टिकुलर पोर्ट्स ओपन रहता है, तो वो सारे पोर्ट डिटेल्स है जैसे कनेक्टिविटी, तो वो कनेक्ट करते हैं. कभी कभी केसेस में क्या होता है, कुछ कुछ एप्लीकेशन जो होता है वो ओपन टू, लाइक डेटाबेस आर ओपन टू देम, ओके. तो उस
हाँ
केसेस
हाँ,
में क्या होता है कि जैसे बाहर वर्ल्ड में भी वो डेटाबेस को कोई एक्सेस कर सकता है, तो उसके लिए एक लिसनर काइंड ऑफ लिसनर जो होता है ना, ये हम लोग एक सिक्योरिटी गार्ड की तरह कर सकते हैं। जैसे फायरवॉल के
ओके।
बाद अगर डेटाबेस लेयर में भी अगर कुछ चेक करना है, तो अगर
हाँ, हाँ।
लिसनर आपका अप नहीं रहेगा या लिसनर नहीं चलेगा, तो वो इवन दो आपका डेटाबेस चल रहा है ना, तो कनेक्ट नहीं कर पाएगा वरना।
ओके,
मतलब
ओके,
लिसनर वो चेक करता है कि वो, अगर लिसनर आपका है तो वो बताएगा हाँ डेटाबेस आपका चल रहा है, सब चीज ठीक है, तब जाके कनेक्शन
ओके,
होगा। ठीक है।
ओके, ओके। थैंक्स, हाँ, थैंक्स।
हाँ ठीक है। और जैसा कि मैंने इसे एक्सप्लेन किया कि जब भी कोई एक क्वेरी जाता है ना, तो वो लिसनर के थ्रू जाता है, सर्वर प्रोसेस बनाती है, वहाँ सिंटेक्स सिमेंटिक्स टेस्ट होता है। तो ये चीज थोड़ा सा आप लोग भी पढ़िए इन डिटेल। ठीक है। दिस इज लाइक हाई लेवल आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग यू गाइस, like it is syntax semantics takes which is getting checked। लेकिन अगर जब आप डिटेल में पढ़ोगे ना, तो आपको वो चीज और अच्छे से समझ में आएगी कि एक्चुअल में चेक क्या क्या होता है। जब मैं सिंटेक्स और सिमेंटिक्स बोल रहा हूँ, तो उसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर सपोज मैंने डाला सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय, ये सिंटेक्स वाइज करेक्ट है, ठीक है, लेकिन मेरे डेटाबेस में एम्प्लॉय नाम का टेबल ही नहीं है, तो वो सिमेंटिक वाइज वो गलत है। तो ये सारी जो चेक्स होते हैं ना, ये अपना इनिशियल स्टेज में भी ही होता है। मतलब वो आपका डीबी बफर कैसे, इस सब जगह पे ही ये सिंटेक्स सिमेंटिक्स चेक्स होता है। वो जब चेक होगा तभी जाके वो आगे रिक्वेस्ट वो भेजता है। मतलब आपका अगर वो चेक सही नहीं लगेगा, तो वो आपका रिक्वेस्ट डेटाबेस पे वो जाएगा नहीं, वो फेल, वो एरर आ जाएगा, ये दिस इज इनकरेक्ट, ये टाइप का। ठीक है। हाँ। अब यहाँ पे आप लोग डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मेमोरी स्ट्रक्चर देख रहे होंगे। जैसा मैंने बोला था कि डेटाबेस इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ
Rahul,
इंस्टेंस एंड डेटाबेस। तो
Rahul, sorry for
when it's come to,
interrupting.
sorry,
Can you please explain in English? Sorry for the interruption.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, tell me.
Can you please explain in English?
Yeah, definitely I'll explain it. So related to which you are asking, uh, like anything which I missed.
No, not missing topics. In the middle, you are speaking in Hindi. There may be some trouble in understanding that. So,
Okay. Sorry. My bad. I'll try to communicate in English only so that everyone can understand. Sorry for that. Okay. So what I mean to say, like suppose during the time of explanation, I explain you when you connect with the when a client connect with the database, first he has to pass that listener ka thing, whether the listener will check whether the user ID, password, port, everything is correct or not. Based on that, it will going to allow. So listener you can consider as a security guard of your building. So likewise it is working in case of database also. So once that check is done, then there is a server process which is going to be created in a database, which you can say as a session, or session which will going to be created in a database side. After that, once this is done, the user who wanted to uh, the person who wanted to perform this activity, uh, like select operation or insert operation or delete operation. So before that, there will be a syntax or semantics checks which is done in the set pool. Inside set pool, there is a like library cache, data dictionary cache. So in like library cache, it will going to check whether the syntax like whether the semantics, when I'm talking about semantics is nothing but the tables which are present inside your database, whether those the query which is written, it is relevant to the tables which is present in your database or not. Then syntax, whether the syntax which is written it is correct or not. So all these things are being checked in inside like library cache and dictionary cache. Once that is passed, there will be a hash value which is generated for that particular query. After generation of that hash value, it will going to extract the information from the disk. But before passing that information directly to the user, it will going to write that information to DB buffer cache, so that for the future use in the sense, suppose like same select query need to be uh, checked by other user or anyone, like it is kind of frequent query need to be frequent select statement if it is running in a particular database. So in that case, like once it will going to check from the disk, after that it will directly check from the buffer caches. So for the faster process, these are the internal mechanism which is built in the Oracle database to improve the performance, so that there will be no delay in fetching the data or information about that. Okay. So here in part of instance, you can see the different memory structures like set pool, Java pool, stream pool, redo log buffer, data buffer cache, and large pool. So let's start with the first memory structure, which is your set pool. Set pool consists like your DB buffer, redo buffer, and like all those information in the set pool. Like as I said, like syntax, semantics, all those checks are going to be performed inside that set pool only. Okay. Then Java full, if there is a Java installation in your database, okay, to support those Java related application, some memory area which is needed, those memories are being provided with the help of Java pool. Prior to 19C, okay, there is a concept called streams, Oracle streams, which usually used to help for like replication. Like suppose someone wanted to replicate a few table from production to the report database. So there is a concept called Oracle streams. Okay, for that purpose, streams pools are used like a after this streams concept is removed, like after 19C. After 19C, they implemented golden gate. So like the replication what usually it was performed by Oracle streams. Post that, now it was performed with the golden gate. So like now this stream pools kind of concept is not there, but earlier it was there, like a stream pool. Whereas large pool, like all the query related operation or most of the operation which is where the memory is needed. So for that purpose, this large pool area is being used. Whereas for data buffer cache, as I said, whenever you are writing in query or like selecting, performing that select operation or all those things, here in through database buffer cache only, it will going to be checked like, okay, whether this uh, query is executed in past or not. If it is executed, so we can give the result to the user faster way. So these all information written in the DB buffer cache. Redo log buffer is for the purpose, suppose if there is a DML statement where like you wanted to insert any record into the database. So database not directly write into the disk. It in the DB buffer, like the redo log buffer, it those changes are being written, and those changes with the help of log writer, it is written to the online redo logs once the statements are getting committed. Okay. So here, I think all the memory you people understood, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
okay. In detail, you people can read about it. This is like a kind of brief I am giving. Okay, so
Okay.
like it is better to read in detail. Huh. Now you can see the background processes. So as I said, like in Oracle database architecture, there are three main component. One is instance, another is background process, and third is database. So instance is nothing but your memory areas. Okay, memory area plus background process. So memory area I have already explained, like set pool, Java pool, string pool, large pool, database buffer cache, redo log buffer. Okay. Now we'll discuss about the background process. So checkpoint. Okay. What is checkpoint? So checkpoint is something as name suffice. Like how whenever we are performing any task, okay, there is some checkpoint we used to set, right? Okay, till this task is done, or after that we or something is going on, don't perform some action or anything as such, right? So like that only in database also there is a process called checkpoint. So checkpoint is nothing what the purpose of this checkpoint. Suppose if there is any dirty block in the sense, suppose insert operation happened, which need to be written into the from the like database buffer cache, it should be written into this what we say, into our data files. Okay, so how we are going to do it will be happen with the help of DB writer. DB writer is the process which help to write from the database buffer cache to data files. Okay, but suppose like one process, one DB writer is already writing, another DB writer is also try to write the same statement, there will be conflict, right? Or like it can create problem. Like suppose one insert is going on, another insert is in between, it will try to write in a data file, it will create problem. Okay, so during that time this checkpoint is get initiated. Okay, see, I'm writing to the disk. I am writing to the disk. Once my operation will complete, then you can proceed it. So it will this checkpoint process. It is kind of indicator to the background processes or what who is going to write to their dirty block in a data file. It will going to indicate okay, the flag is open, so I have to wait. Once one operation is done, then only the next operation will be performed. Okay, then as I said, DB writer. DB writer purpose is to write from the database buffer cache to data file. Like as I said, the example initially from Excel sheet, how we are like until unless we save that state, it will not going to be stored in disk. Like that only until unless you commit the statement in database, it will not going to write in the data file. There are certain condition also. If it is one third field or 3 MB full or like out of memory, in that case it will automatically write into the data files. But like the based on that condition trigger, then only this background process will start writing their dirty block to the data files. Okay, then another process you can see is smon and pmon. Okay, so smon is your server monitor, whereas pmon is your process monitor. Okay, so server monitor is like smon. Suppose if your database instance get crashed in between some transactions. Okay, so this process is only going to help you to bring automate once your database will come up, it will going to do the roll forward and roll mm, backward kind of thing. So like roll forward and backward, it is like different concept. which is like you people, I will explain in further classes. You should understand, like suppose if your instance goes down, so this is the only process which will going to monitor like whether the instance is up or down, or how to take, what are the requirement once the data is coming back to normal, like from instance crash to once it is coming up. These are the process which is like helping to making the database idle or in a good condition. So you can say, you can understand like server monitor is one of the important process. Suppose by mistake if someone kills this process, it will going to crash your database also. So don't ever do. Usually user not perform this kind of mistake, but like this is very critical, like a small and pmon. A pmon is a process monitor. It will going to check what are the processes which is running inside your database. Process in the sense like related to the sessions which is running inside the data. All those things are being checked with the help of process monitor. Okay. Then coming to the next background process, which is log writing. Okay. Log writing, as I said, if there is a DML statement change in the data is there, this particular process help us to make write changes which is happen related to that particular table. Those changes first written in the redo log buffer, and from redo log buffer it will be written in online redo logs. And based on that online redo logs, like your archiver is enabled. If you enable the archive, then it will go to generate the archive log file, and those archive uh, files will be written in like in form of redo log files. So it will with the help of archival process, which you can see in CN, the help of archival process from redo log files, it will be written in the archive log. Okay, so uh, log writer is, if there, it will work like if there is any statement executed, if there is change like update, delete, or insert thing is happening into the database. In that case, like those changes are written from redo buffer to your on redo logs. So my redo logs will going to be implementing changes in the databases. Okay. And so there are few, mainly you can say like process. There are many more, like there are more than 50, 60 background processes which is in the database. But this is quite important one which I have explained. Now, coming to files or database. Okay, till here, any doubt, anyone? Okay, okay. Um, if any doubt, if you are having, you can ask, because after the session, I'm going to ask you questions. So, if you are having doubt, better ask it only. Okay. So to the next point, with database. So inside database, it is a like physical files, physical file inside it is physical file information are given. So in, here you can see in the diagram, there are files like control file, data redo files, data files, also alert file. All those files are present in the database. You can see it clearly. So inside control file, it's going to be, inside control file, it will it will show the information where actual database files are receiving, or where what are the changes happening on the data file, what are all those important information written inside the file. In terms of startup also, where you starting your database initially, you trigger a startup command. Your first thing is going to read, it will be file or file. File in this file will be parameter related information. Uh, uh, for easier. And main important thing sacrifice is location of the control file. So moment you start first go in the node add it will to it will change the control location. So once that control location is defined out, so from mouse to file and once control file control file information the data file the present inside your database. So your information is coming in then from to open it will start mount to open. Okay. um, like uh, uh, like suppose if your file got deleted, got corrupted, that is your database was in between if database running and they contributed correct happen to your database will to okay. First, uh, like uh, all the people doing multiplex. Sometimes multiplex nothing but is all multiple of the same since the that I instead of doing file is application will look suppose in case if I have a three file and that is one multiple point keep up your work. It's different. This is every and the form some depend data on like until
Checkpoint means that whatever transaction is happening between the database, it just check whether it's on to the particular consistent time or not. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So it means that all the information will stored in control file. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Understood. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Rahul, you're audible. Uh, it means multiplexing of control file means that if, for example, if by any chance or if any emergency control file is deleted, then we can take the backup of the existing control file, make it and do the multiplexing so that our database will not be get hampered because of control file missing. So that's why we do multiplexing. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So server process is the starting point of for particular instance wherein after starting of a S1, then server process will be allocated, means that a particular user is trying to log into a particular database, and once he enters into that, then the server process will search for a particular instances wherein whenever an instance is available, then that user will be get allocated to that process. So server process is the starting point of a particular instance. Okay. Okay. So instance will not come up. The database will get crashed. Database will not be able to come up. So database will be keep running. It will not hamper anything to the database. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. समझ गया. हम्म. So okay. But sir, through through P file, we can make the control file, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Data. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 No problem. Everything is clear. Yes, definitely. Yes, yes, yes. Sure, sure. I'll do that. So, team, please share your email ID. I'll just share you all the videos for today uh, video recording. Thank you so much. Sure, Rahul. Thank you so much. Thank you.